right.
Hello, Hannah.
Hello.
Hello, Ashley.
Hello.
I see both of you. Okay,
Your
there we go.
book came out this month. This is
It
your
did.
debut.
Yeah.
How does that? What? Yeah. You have it.
Hey,
You are our first.
I
You
got
have
support.
it. You're our first person to have it with them because I never have any. I don't have anything. I'm at my parents' house. This is why it looks different.
Oh,
Anything. You guys are prepared.
that's all right. Yeah, it's been wild. It's really strange to hear about people reading it. Like, I've had friends message me and they're like, "Oh, I just finished it. It was great." And I'm like, "Oh my God." Like, people are actually reading the words. I don't know. It's very strange.
It's just it's a weird feeling, but it's good. When
Yeah.
It's
it's
been
nice, you're like, oh
perceived.
my God, it exists.
Yeah. And like it's I don't know, it's just so bizarre to have like a story that's lived with me for so long and then have literally anybody can go like pick it up and read it and like it doesn't really belong to me anymore, you know? Like it's just out there. But it's very cool. It's like I don't know. And it's cool to have like the physical copy because like for so long I just had the digital version. And so to actually be able to hold it, it's like this is mine. I wrote this.
You
It's
did.
very
It
cool.
came from your head and like you
Yeah,
read it.
exactly.
Kind of like having a baby. You get to walk around showing it to people and
Yeah,
being like, I made this
I
I
made
myself.
made
this.
this. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It's kind of weird though, because I kind of equated the waiting period before publication to like what it felt like when I was pregnant, like anticipating like that, like the release. And now it's very strange. It's like a different feeling because now it just feels like it's always been there. Like,
Yeah.
whereas when I had a kid, it like totally like rocked my world and was like everything got flipped upside down. And now it's just like, oh yeah, like I'm a published author, you know, like like it's just so natural. I don't know. It's a strange place, especially just to have been like anticipating for so long and then like now it's finally here.
Yeah. There I feel like that too. It's like it happened and then it was over and it was just
Yeah,
that was
like
the end and you just move on to the next one now. Definitely not
yeah, like
like a child in
out
Mama.
there. Yes, exactly.
Okay, so tell us about the best mess.
Yeah. So The Best Mess is a workplace rom-com. It follows Lottie, who is kind of a hot mess. She has a goal of she is kind of a hot mess in every aspect except one. She really wants to revamp her Nan's old diner that got shut down. It was kind of a place that raised her. And so she's been working jobs. She finally is in like a stable, like 9 to 5 job that she's making decent money and she's saving up to do this. Um, and then along comes Noah. He's a new to town CFO boss man, very attractive. And they have kind of a disastrous first meeting and then they just kind of embark on this journey together and um they end up he accidentally lets a client believe that they're together like in more than just business partnership and so they have to fake date during a business trip to seal a deal and shenanigans ensue.
See,
These are
that's two
all
of
of
my
our
favorite
favorite
things
things.
right there. Like, I love a disastrous first meeting and fake dating. So,
Mhm. Yeah, and it was like I don't know. And it's funny because the name came after I wrote it. Like I needed a title for it, um, so that I could like query and like tell people about it. Like it just kind of for a long time it was just labeled Hot Boss Romcom in my like drafts.
Okay,
Um,
but that's a legit title. Like I
I
would
was
buy
about
that
to say
book.
you need to use that as an actual
Keep
title
it.
because that's a good one.
Hot Boss Romcom, yeah. And so I was trying to figure out, and I was like, well, Noah's kind of a perfectionist, and Lottie's a hot mess. So the best mess, like, and it just like kind of came and was like, okay, well, I guess that's what we're going with. And even when I like first started, that was still kind of a placeholder. Like I was like, I'm sure I'll think of something like better. But then it just kind of stuck and like it's very descriptive of what you get, you know, like it's so I think it works, but
It
Yeah, I
worked.
love that title.
Yeah.
But yeah. Any other questions?
Yeah, I was like, Ashley, take over the questions. It's usually me. I'm gonna let you go crazy.
Listen, no, see, we have a system here, and the system is that you usually show up with like a list of prepared questions, and I'm just like, we're gonna see where the interview takes us, right? And
Okay.
then she's always like, we got so off topic, and I'm like, so I was trying to be super polite and like not derail the conversation, like wait for her next prepared question, and don't jump in and derail the conversation. And we all just kind of sat there and looked at each other like this.
Yeah, I mean, I yap too much. I'm
So, but I
sorry.
love it.
I'm a professional yapper, so that's all I do. And I'm like, I will take us down the wrong road.
Right. Well, that's what happens when you get a whole bunch of people in a room whose job is to talk.
Yeah, exactly. When your
No, but
job
I
is
know.
literally to tell stories, like
Right.
it
Yeah.
just, yeah.
No, I would like, I mean, tell us about what you've got coming up next, because I
Yeah.
think I have been waiting about 8 million years to be able to learn more about the chicken book.
Yes. So Chickens is next up. It has a release date. I think I don't remember if we moved it from the end of August or the beginning of August. I'll have to check with Britt on that. But it's August 2026. The Art of Chasing Chickens. It's a second chance small town romance. It follows Amelia. She's a burnt out artist living in New York, kind of lost in her, like she um, isn't following her dream the way she wanted. She thought, the life she wanted in New York is not what she thought she wanted. So anyway, she decides to take a little trip back to her hometown called Frizzle Falls, and it is a town that is a fiction. It's a town that's obsessed with chickens. They were founded by a famous chicken, and every year they do like a chicken festival where it's called the annual chicken chase, and they literally like release hundreds of chickens into the town, and you chase and you try to find the one called the blue ribbon hen. So it's kind of like Gilmore Girls meets Schitt's Creek with chickens is kind of how I've been pitching it.
Yeah, like
So like yeah, quirky small town, lots of fun side characters. I feel like the town itself is a character, which was really fun for me to work on. And she ends up going back and kind of uh connecting with her ex best friend slash ex boyfriend. They like had a fling early, like 10 years ago, and she reconnects with him and shenanigans ensue. I feel like that's like my
I was
tagline.
like, that's your author thing right there. Is just
Yeah.
shenanigans ensue. No, I'm really excited for the best mess, but I think I was even more excited for the chicken book just because you've got a
Yes.
really like a thing for
Yeah.
titles that I love, and I was like, the art of chasing chickens just sounds hilarious, and I am even more excited about it now that I understand like the context and the whole like
Yes.
small chicken town, which is so fun. It's
Yes.
a good concept.
The town was so this book I wrote in kind of like a fevered rush. I wrote it, I think the original draft took me like 20 days. It was less than a month like that I busted through this thing. And it was the like most wild experience to just have it like plop out. Um, and the town actually has a lot of lore that I'm very excited to like talk about and kind of explore off page. Because like I did include some of it in the book, but like it had a ton when in my first draft, like the story of the famous chicken and like there's stories from Amelia's childhood of her like going on like a vigilante trying to free the chickens because she was like all about animal rights as a teenager. And so like there's a lot of like fun things that I feel like my marketing and like conversations about that will be really fun to explore.
That would be
But
really, really good to put like sign up for my newsletter and you can get these bonus stories and stuff like that. I
exactly.
love when
Yeah.
you got that extra lore that you have built in that you can use for
Yes.
marketing.
Yeah. And I'm also very excited. One of my friends, we have a really cool um kind of thing to do for like pre-marketing, like leading up to the release. And I'm really excited to announce that project. It's going to be really fun. I'm going to send little packages to different friends around the country. So stay tuned for that because
That will
there
be
will be a little like literal chicken chasing element as we lead up to. It'll be really fun. I'm very excited. I don't know if I'm quite ready to talk about it yet, but
that's
it'll
okay.
be this book has a lot of like extra stuff that the best mess didn't come with. So it'll be really fun to kind of uh, explore that and kind of have a different experience leading up to a release. So
It seems like you are sharpening your marketing skills with each book and leveling up, which is great because I mean you started out good. Like the stuff that I've
yeah,
seen you do for the best mess was already good. So I personally am just extremely jealous of this instinct that you have towards good marketing because I feel like my marketing attempts is like taking a toddler and tossing them into the deep end of the pool, and they're just like that's me trying to do
Yeah.
marketing. So
We hate the marketing, yeah.
yeah,
I
yeah.
hate the marketing.
It's rough. And like, especially like post release, I feel like it gets harder because you don't quite have that same like level of anticipation or like it's a little easier because you can do like the buy now, like they can go buy it on their Kindle and, get it immediately if they see something that they like. But I feel like, I don't know, I was so like leading up to the Best Messes release, I like had all these ideas and I was like throwing things out. And now post release, I've like hit a slump and I'm like, okay, like where do we go now?
What do we do now?
Well,
What
it's
can I tell you
hard.
about now?
It's hard with one book out, right?
Yeah.
Like, because you don't have the lead up to it anymore, and then you sort of like start
Yeah.
researching stuff, and so
Yes.
it's hard. I feel like I've definitely dropped off in mine because I just don't know at this point what to do with just one, and so I'll randomly be
Yeah.
like, "I had this, go buy it."
Yeah.
So,
Go buy it. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. No, and it's like it's I don't know. I'm already looking forward to chickens and it feels like I don't want to abandon the best mess, but at the same time like I'm so excited for some of the things that I have planned that it's like hard not to. And so I told myself I was like give yourself at least a full month of just the best mess still. And I've been like very sporadic just based on like my real life circumstances. I'm like job hunting and I've got, we had some vacations planned at the beginning of the month. So it's like trying to get back on track has been interesting and kind of difficult, but
yeah. I mean, I
we're
think it
getting there.
like immediately post release is a good time to like take a beat and kind of figure out where you want to go going forward. So I think you're in a good like space for a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm hopeful. And I'll probably run some like promotions around the holidays and things like that, like or like some special marketing for that just because, looking for a gift for your girlfriend who likes to read. Buy my book.
Look, one of my favorite things is to stick stupid holiday stickers on my cover art and my character art.
Yeah.
And like, look, we have candy canes that are out in the book, but you
Yeah.
can still see these idiots fall in love.
Yeah. Order my book from me and I'll send you a candy cane.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. I don't know. And it's like it's also hard with one because I feel like you're still developing like your author brand, like
Yeah.
and like you're still kind of asking people to take a chance on you when you don't have like that backlog, And I don't think it necessarily gets easier with more books, like aside from the fact that you have more material to pull from, you know what I mean? Like you have more um but yeah, like the balance between like, am I selling myself or am I selling the book? Am I selling
Yes.
tips to writers or trying to find readers? Like,
I think the answer is
what's
just yes. Like,
yeah,
Right?
all of the above.
everything you can sell.
Yeah, and then
Like,
like the algorithms are just. I've stopped trying to figure out how to beat them, and I'm just like, I'm just gonna throw out things that I enjoy making because nothing else seems to matter.
no, I mean, and if you hate it, people can tell too. So there's that.
Yeah, yeah. There's actually an author that I follow, not to like talk poorly, but like where I feel like it's something that they don't like it, like they don't like talking about it. And it's like I can tell that based on what you're posting. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I
I
feel
get
like
that feeling
if you're
too.
not excited about your books, who else is going to be excited? Like if you're
Yeah.
not, I don't know. And like having fun with it and not taking it too seriously, I feel like is really important because I sometimes I get in my head and I want to be like, have like a really strict schedule and like all these different things. And it's like I need to do something that's sustainable for me, which means probably a little bit random because that's who I am. Like nothing in my life is scheduled like that. And so I really want to be type A, but I am very much type B, possibly type C. Like it's just kind of a hot mess over here, but
Type C
that's
for
okay.
chaos. Yeah. That's where we are over here. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, I love that as a descriptor because I've always been like I feel like in some ways I'm super type A, and I
Yeah.
want things done a certain way, but in others I'm just like absolutely not. So
Yes.
that like it depends on what it is, and I like having that type C descriptor of being like in some ways, we're gonna
Yes.
get really regimented, and in other ways I have no idea what we're eating for dinner today. So
Yep.
just
Exactly. Yeah. No, and for me it's like um like I have systems, like my neurodivergence, I have systems for things, and those are the things that I have to have done a specific way, but it doesn't necessarily make sense for other people, and it wouldn't necessarily translate to type A for other people, but it works for me, so we're rolling with it.
Yeah.
no,
That's
that's
so,
exactly. And then,
yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
no,
You're good.
no, I was just gonna say maybe that's what maybe type C is just the secret code for neurodivergent people with
Yeah,
autism
Yeah.
and ADHD.
That's what I
I
was
think
gonna say.
so.
Yeah. It's like, because you try, like you see, you're like, you can draft this way and outline this way. And I've tried like so many of the different things and nothing works. And I'm like, I
Yeah.
just, yeah. So it's because my brain
Yeah.
doesn't follow your same lines. And
Nope. Yeah, and I've actually been working. So, speaking of what's coming next, I also have a third book that I'm contracted for with LCP. It's in the same like Pacific Northwest style. And it kind of like I kind of equate all of my books with movies. Like I use movies as marketing. So like The Best Mess was kind of Pretty Woman-esque. Art of Chasing Chickens is kind of Sweet Home Alabama. Uh, and then the third one is Along Came Polly with Jennifer Aniston and uh, I'm losing his name.
is it Ben Stiller?
Ben Stiller.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So that's kind of the like vibe in that one. But that one, like, I think I forgot how to draft. It has challenged me on every single front. And I don't know if that's like a normal third book thing, but I have been working on this book. Like chickens, like I said, plopped out, like fully formed. Like it was like an egg of its own. 20 days and I had a draft. And this book has like it's been over a year now that I've been working on this and I have like 50,000 words. Like I'm there, but not, you know what I mean? The words are there, but it's not cohesive yet. And so I don't know. Uh, but yeah, that's like where I've tried all the different types of outlining. I've tried like a strict writing schedule. I've tried taking time off to see if I needed to like take a breather from it. And so I'm kind of coming off of like a no drafting time, and as like school gets started in the next month, I want to really try to like buckle down and form like a really strict writing schedule to at least show up. Not necessarily strict as in like how many words I produce, but like
Yeah.
because I've got to get this dang book finished.
See,
And it's got gems, it's got pieces, but
See, that happened to me with my fourth one. It was a sequel to number three, and it was on contract and stuff. And I was just,
yeah,
it took me over a year to finish it. And literally, I wrote the last 10 chapters in 10 days because I
Yeah,
had
you
already
did.
pushed the,
Yeah, that was crazy. I was like,
yeah,
oh, what? How did you do that?
because I
I saw
literally
that series
had,
on TikTok.
I
Yes.
had already pushed the deadline back 2 or 3 times, and I was like, I told him like I'm gonna have this book done by the end of June, or if it kills me, because I
Yeah.
cannot push it back like a fourth time. This is
Yeah.
ridiculous. And I was like, I still have 10 chapters to go, and I was like, you know what, we're just gonna do it. I
Yeah.
don't know what it was. I guess like I feel like every book, people always ask her like, well, what's your writing process look like? And I'm like, for which book?
Okay,
Because
well,
there's no
Yeah.
consistency about book one, and
Yeah.
every single one since then has been slightly different because there's a
Yes.
different problem or a change in the schedule or something. And I'm like, whatever I did for the one before is no longer
It's not
working for me.
working.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
Yeah. I don't either because it doesn't really like logically that doesn't make sense. Like you'd think if you have finished a book, you should be able to like
You
apply
know
the
how to
same.
write.
Yeah, like and it feels like I forgot how to write. Like it's
yeah.
like I don't know. I just
Listen, we call this show Writer Tears for a reason because it's just like every single part of this I have cried about. I have cried about the writing, I have cried about the marketing, I have cried about every single stage from the idea to holding the published book in my hands. I have cried about it at least once. Like,
yeah. That's like I mean, I feel like you've summed up the publishing process very well. Just tears.
So
Good
many
ones and
tears.
bad ones,
Yeah,
but tears.
definitely. Like there are just tears involved. And like I feel like I mean, it's been good. It's just it's hard. Like it's a different kind of hard every time.
It's a different book every time. So I think that's why. It's like I think there are some people who can follow a formula and like their books follow a formula, and that's fine. I love
Yeah.
that. Like I like
Yeah.
reading predictability sometimes.
Yes.
I can't write like that, I don't think. But
Yeah.
and so I think that when you follow like a formula, then it works.
Yeah.
But if everything is so drastically different, like you went from the best mess to chickens to I don't know your title for the next one. I don't know if you have a title for the next one. Do you have a title yet?
I do have a title, but we haven't
Okay. We're
announced.
not, that's fine. That's
So
fine.
Yeah.
secret.
Okay. So, but like that, it's also different. Like you can't keep the
Yes.
same stuff. And so that you just have to like bang your head on a wall until something sticks.
Until something, yeah. And it's I've like and I also get so in my head about like things needing to be good. Like I'm really bad at that. About like I'm terrible at writing really shitty first drafts. Like and I know that they're supposed to be bad, like I know it. And I know that every first draft has been bad, but in my head at the time, I didn't think it was bad, if that makes sense. Like I was like,
Yes.
this is the best thing ever. Oh my gosh, this is like so much better than my last book, blah, 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 blah. And now this one, I'm like, this is all garbage. This is all trash. I forgot how to write. I should just give up and go live in a cave because
I have that same thought every week where I'm just like, I should just give up and go live in a cave. Like,
like give up, just wipe my face off the internet and be gone forever. They can have the two. Brett already has chickens. It's on its way. She can make the rest of the decisions. It's fine.
There you go. Yeah. But I think we all go through that. Like, I was talking to my best friend who was always my like first beta reader, and she was like,
Yeah.
because I told her I'm in the process of reading my book that comes out this fall, and
Yeah.
I was like, I'm reading it and I like it, and I'm a little bit afraid because I like it, and it's like all all of the
Yeah.
messages that I sent her, I was like, oh my God, I hate it, I hate it, I want to burn it, it's terrible, like just start from scratch and all of this stuff, and then it's like when you
Yeah.
finally you're like going up, up, up the mountain, and then finally at some point you go down on the other side, and it's like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, so I forgot that I can do this, and and so you just have to.
Yeah.
But I don't know how is the thing. Is it? I wish I
Yeah.
could like figure out how to
Yeah.
get there.
Yeah. Because every story, like The Best Mess was one I didn't anticipate ever letting people read it. Like I wrote it. Um, I had been writing fantasy and I needed kind of a palate cleanser in between my big heavy fantasy draft. And so I was like, I'm going to write some hot boss erotica. And so I like sat down and started writing just like the very self-indulgent, tropey, like um they didn't have backstories and it was like spice forward. Like I wrote all the spicy scenes first and just like and then kind of went in and patched the story together after that because I was like, wait, this is kind of fun. And then I sent it to some readers and they were like, wait, this is actually kind of good. And I was like, oh, maybe I should, like, and I kind of developed my voice writing rom-com. And then Chickens came shortly after that and just plopped out. Like it was the wildest experience and I don't think I'll ever experience anything like it ever again, where I would sit down and I would write like thousands of words in one sitting, just like
Hard.
it just fell out. Like it was crazy. And the editing process was a lot harder for that one, but like the drafting process was really easy. And then now this third one, I'm like, I'm contracted for this. There's someone expecting this book. Like I've done it twice before. Come on. Like
Maybe
I'm
that's why you're having such a hard time. Because Britt and I talked about that. Because I was hung up on Puck for a long time because I
yeah,
sent her one scene and she was like, I
yeah,
want this. And
yeah,
then so for the next 2 years, I was contracted to write it, and I was like,
yeah,
uh, okay.
yeah,
that is
It's that
that
like
is the common
avoidance. Yeah.
yeah,
that is the common denominator of all three of the books that we are struggling on. Is it was the first book we've done on contract where it was sold
true.
before it was actually finished, and it's just like, oh well, now I can't ever do this.
Yeah. And I think that may be a learning experience for me to not, and I had a professor in college. So my undergraduate was in English. And so I took a lot of like publishing classes and a lot of creative writing classes. And I had a professor who was like, never sell a book before it's written. And she would like kind of go off on rants about that. She was like, it's a terrible decision. Never sell a book before it's written. And I was like, yeah, like I get that. Like from like a querying standpoint, like don't try to sell a book before it's written. You know what I mean? Like makes sense. But then I was thinking like LCP, like it'll be fine. Like I'll just, and this third book was like untitled, no date, you know what I mean? Like very loose parameters for like I said, essentially signed it on a pitch. And you would think that that would give me enough creative leeway that I could, I don't know, but I think never again will I sell a book or like sign a book until it's finished. Um, because it's been an uphill battle since that happened. And I'm very grateful, don't get me
Yeah,
wrong,
no,
I'm
of
very
course.
grateful to have and like to have that path, but I think next time we're gonna finish the draft first and then pitch it.
Yeah, I think that's what I learned as well.
Because I don't know. And it's like, I don't know how these authors are out here doing like 4 book deals, or like multiple book deals like that, where I don't know, unless they have them written already. I guess that's possible. But
I mean, I guess at least they
they're
know
not
where
as
they want it
demand
to go.
avoidant. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
yeah, or they're not as avoidant. Yeah, that's true. Task avoidant. Because I do get that way. Like as soon as I'm told to do something, I'm like, I don't wanna throw a temper tantrum.
It's really hard
But
to have that as an adult because as a kid you can get away with it a little bit and you're like, I don't wanna. And then as an adult, you're like, God damn it.
I don't wanna, but I have
Yeah, I have to.
to. Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. So we talked about books. Tell us a little bit about you. I didn't know that you had an English degree as well, so that's cool.
Yeah, so my bachelor's is English with an editing minor.
Nice.
And I wanted to go into publishing. That was my original goal. I really wanted to work as an editor. But just life circumstance and things kind of shifted and changed. So yeah, I work right now. I'm a barista. I'm a part-time barista. So I make coffee, which is really fun. I am a mom. I have 1 child and 1 dog and 1 cat. And that's like we're a 1 kid, 1 dog, 1 cat family. Like, we've had in the past, we've had like multiple dogs. At one point, we had 3, and it was too much. And so now that we've like pared everybody down to just 1, we're like, cool, this is manageable. The
It's like
chaos
you
is
see the void
contained.
cat behind Ashley. It's a menagerie at her house. It's great. I always
Oh
love seeing the
yeah.
critters walk
Yeah,
behind you. I love
I know.
that.
I shot my cat's running around outside. Um, but yeah, I was born and raised in the Pacific Northwest. We lived in Kansas City for a little bit right after we got married, and then moved back here when we wanted to start a family, just because most of our family is over in this area. Um, yeah, my big like when people tell me to tell them about myself, my big thing is I'm an author, but you guys already know that.
Yeah.
So
Well, how did you get into writing to
I got
begin
the
with? And you
facts.
like with your English degree, like obviously you planned on that. Like, did you write as a kid
I
or?
did, yeah. I've wanted to be an author, like a published author, since I was like 13, 12 or 13. And so I have like work that I've like different things that I've worked on, but I didn't finish my like a full book until 2020 when the world shut down and I actually had the time to sit
Yeah.
down and do it. I was like, my son was born in 2020, and so I was like postpartum and like shut in the house, and I was like, all right, well, let's write some fantasy. So I finished 2 fantasy drafts in that like in the first like in 2 years, and then I wrote The Best Mess. Um, and so yeah, I actually did a series on Twitter one time posting snippets from my very first book that I ever wrote because my stepmom sent me like a floppy disk that she found that had like my very first book saved on it. And it's bad, like it's really bad, but it's really fun, like to look back and do that. So yeah, so I've wanted to be a writer for as long as I can remember. Um, and yeah.
Do you
But I
still
also
like?
love the freedom or the creative, like I work part-time right now and I love that aspect of like
Mm,
getting to like work and make money, but then also having time for like my hobbies. So
yeah, that's such a good balance.
yeah.
Are you digging in on the rom coms, or are you still eyeing a future as a potential fantasy writer?
I think I could go back eventually, but I feel like I really found my voice and where I like thrive in rom-coms,
Yeah.
romance in general. And that was always my favorite part of writing fantasy was the romantic aspect. And so I could see like maybe digging into romantasy, and I do have one of those. Hold please. Hold on. I'll come with you when I'm done, okay? Can you please shut the door? Yeah. I can't have you on the video right now, honey. No. Shut the door, please. Thank you. I'll come get you when I'm done.
I'm surprised mine
There.
hasn't busted in yet. This is the first time she's been home when I've been doing this, and she's been up under me all week, so
Yeah. Well, I've been like doing job interviews this week, and so there've been several times that I've been like on a Zoom call like for an interview, and he did bust into one of them, and so we're still learning, but it's all right. Um, anyway, I was saying, oh, romantasy. I feel like I could go back to romantasy, and I do have some like rom-com-y romantasy ideas that I've been playing with that I feel like could be really fun. So we may pivot back, but I feel like contemporary rom-coms is kind of where I'm happy right now.
your voice
So
is so well suited for that. So
yeah, like I feel like it feels more like me. When I write fantasy, it feels like I'm putting on a hat, like somebody else's hat,
yeah.
you know, like it's a different, like I'm cosplaying a fantasy writer.
Yeah, you definitely just, I was thinking that when you said you started in fantasy. I'm like, but you just are a rom-com author. Like, you just
Yeah.
have like the vibe.
Yeah. And
Mhm.
that's the thing. And it's so funny because I never really thought about that because like fantasy was always where I was drawn before. But I also think that as like a baby writer, it felt easier to write stories that were so far removed from like reality to like play in that like um, kind of make up fantasy world. Um, I don't know. It felt like easier to start there. And then it was like, oh, wait, maybe I can. Not yet, honey.
It's okay. We've got like 2 minutes left, so we're almost
Okay.
done, buddy.
um, but then now it feels like rom-coms and like more real world things
Mhm.
feel more natural. So I don't know. It's I like being a rom-com writer.
I love the idea of a fantasy rom-com though. So I feel like that's not a new genre, but it's one that I'm like new to explore for me anyway. And it's been a
Yeah.
lot of fun.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is like to kind of in like bring in those like magical elements and like Audrey Ruoff Goldberg, she writes the kind
Mhm.
of like contemporary spec fic rom-com, you know, romances, where she like has it's like contemporary based, like it's a real world setting, but there's magic. And I love that. I think that that's super fun.
Yeah, I'm really
Um,
excited to read her new book or her first book that comes
oh,
out because her debut
yes.
comes out in like September. So
Yes, hopelessly T-voted, and it's so good. I'm
yeah.
so lucky. She's one of my critique partners, and so we've traded stuff before. And hopelessly is so good, and she's a magician. I love her.
She seems really cool. Okay, we have 1 minute left.
Okay.
Give us like, do you have any wisdom you want to impart upon us or
Oh,
anything
wisdom.
important or dumb you want to say?
I my go-to piece of like advice is if you don't have time to read, you don't have time to write. And so
Ooh.
that's it's something that I like sometimes struggle with to make time for, but it's one thing that I always feel more inspired and I always feel like I'm able to kind of get into that writing space a lot faster if I am actively reading. So,
That's so good. Yeah, I always say you have a finite amount of words in your head, and if you're not reading to put them back in, you can't spit them out.
oh, that's a
Oh,
good
I love
one.
that.
I
So,
like that. Yes.
so I like
All
we're on the
right.
same page. I like that. So that's really
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
So
thank you guys so much for having me. This is
yeah,
super
thank you
fun.
for
Thank
talking.
you
This
for
is really
coming.
cool. Yeah.
This is, I love this.
Nice. It's
I
nice
can
to
hear it.
talk to people.
Yeah, exactly. And people like not just my husband who has no idea what I'm talking about half the time. Like he's like, "Why are you crying over people that you made up? I don't
Right?
understand."
Oh, the poor husbands, they just don't know.
I'll say they never get it.
Okay, well, thank you. We're about to be out of time, but this was so great. Thank you so much. And
Yes,
we'll have to talk to you when Chickens comes out.
yes,
Yes,
for
please.
sure. I will definitely look forward to that.
That'll be awesome.
Bye.
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 Thank you.